we get mad, we get annoyed, and that can really blow up your account. But that's also a really good thing because, hey guys, it's Will. Welcome to the channel. I'm a part-time day trader trying to become a full-time. We are in the next week of May. This is the May 19th to the 23rd, and I am losing again. I am down $81 this week. What can I do? I'm just down, and it sucks. It really does. Maybe last week I took this trade, I had a loser, so maybe that influenced me to take a bad trade this week as well. But I can't really say that because I haven't broken down the trade yet for you guys, and then you guys understand what I went through today. Funny enough, even though I lost $81, this is probably one of the best weeks in a long time that I learned something really important in my trading. That's the thing, everyone wants to be green. Every time we're winning, we're happy, it's fun, right? But when we're losing, we get mad, we get annoyed, and that can really blow up your account. But that's also a really good thing because when you're having red days, when you're making mistakes, that's when you learn the most. And this in the future will help me tremendously. It will propel me further in my trading career when I keep trading, because if I did increase my size in the future, this will come down either way. I want to take this loss. Eventually, I'm going to have these problems eventually in the future. And if I had bigger losses, if I had bigger contracts, if I had bigger position sizing into a trade and I lost, I could have taken 3 trades, I could have took 4 trades, and maybe I just blew up my whole account. Maybe I lost a couple hundred instead of $80. So this is why it is important. This is why I'm happy that I took this loss right now. Although it sucks, although it's $80, although I took 4 trades lost, I lost last week, although I lost this week, it sucks. But this is part of trading. We do still have one more trading day tomorrow, but I don't know if I'll take any trades. If I do, I'll update it. I'll update my trading right now. But so far, I am down $81. Breaking down this day today, which is Thursday, I did lose 4 trades. They're all losses. They're all comfortable losses. They're around the 20% to 30% mark, which I like. And yeah, they were all shorts. And the first trade I took was a SPY position short that was valid. And the other trades were all just kind of dumb. I do have live trades on the first couple trades, and then I'll break down the trade.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
All right, now looking at TradingView, it is looking pretty choppy. I do have these lines over here and I did change them. But first of all, I did not have this line right here, this 583.20. This was not in my charts. I only drew it intraday. If I'm just looking at these levels, I had the 515 on the QQQ, I had the 21,245 on the NASDAQ, and the 28460 on the SPY, and the 2876 on the ES. My strategy is the break and retest. So I look for breaks, I look for retests, and I long it. But the problem was, it did break this level. This is not really a strong retest that I like, so I didn't take it. And plus, the SPY was right here. It was still under this supply zone right here, and the ES was still under this supply zone. So I didn't want to take it. It's too early. I like how the Qs has a strong break, which I like, and then it slowly starts to retesting the level. And I was thinking maybe this could be the break and retest long. I knew that the Qs was breaking down. It'll break down this supply zone right here. This shelf level could have been where everything went up. It's because this could have been the break and this is the retest. If this was holding right here, then I'll have taken the long. But since it was breaking down, since it didn't hold, that's why I decided to short the level today. It was breaking down and it started rejecting this level right here. So I was like, this looks pretty clean. You see how the flip is? Right now it's rejecting the level in the morning, rejecting, it breaks up, it starts holding level, and then now it falls back down and it starts rejecting the level. So that's a pretty clean level right there. And at the same time, while it's rejecting this level, it's failing around the 515 and is also rejecting this NASDAQ level right here. So once I saw that, I decided to short that level. I was targeting this 580 level on the SPY and this 58.35 on the ES right here. Since I saw the downside of this right here, I was believing that it can go further all the way down to here and all the way down on the NASDAQ demand zones. That's why I was trying to hold longer. If it failed, which it did, and that sucks. I was up 40%. It really sucks when you see your play working and then you see this big candle and then you just lose everything right there. If I go to the 30-minute time frame, these are the levels. These are still the same levels. It is choppy. It's not really a proper structure that I'm following, and that's why I probably lost. It was not a super A+ setup, so that's why the downside was not really that great, and I should have locked in profits on lower date. And I was thinking about that, but I was probably greedy. I can't say I'm greedy because I wanted to target this demand zone, and if it didn't work, it didn't work. In hindsight now, just looking at the setup, I should have respected this zone right here and just locked in my profits. This is not a huge downside play. I should just walked away and just locked in my profits and just go on my day, right? But I didn't do that. I learned from that and I could do it next time. But the problem was I tried to set up again. After seeing rejection still on this exact NASDAQ level, I was like, okay, I'm gonna move my Qs level to the 516 because I keep seeing reject. So I'm gonna put 516 right there and move it up there. The NASDAQ will be around this 567 level, which is right there. So I keep seeing reject. And also, maybe the ES had to slide up higher. It would still reject around here. It will still reject around here. So I was still believing that it can drop all the way down here, potentially forming like a bear flag right there on the bigger time frame. And I kept taking it. I took it there, I took it there, I took it there, like so many times, and I kept losing. Guess what? It keeps going up, and if I kept taking a trade, I kept losing. So I had the same problem last week where I kept trying the same idea, and I had the same thing in January or February where I kept trying to do the same ideas and I lost. I took it away for 2 months and I'm now kind of adding it back in, which sucks. And you can see that the play is working now, but I'm not gonna keep chasing that play. Last week, I took a non-quality setup and I lost because of that. And I kept trying the idea multiple times, and that's why I had a big loser. This week, I had a good trade, but did not lock in profits. Then later, I kept trying the same idea when this candle and this demand zone was stepping up, and I kept trying the same idea. Moving forward, I'm going to limit my trades to only 2 trades because either one, I'm gonna take the trade and win the trade because I had the right idea, and 2, if it fails on me and I try it again, it's probably because it's a false breakout. If I do take a trade again, which that'll be 2 trades, then I probably got faked out and I'm trying the same idea. And if it fails, then I probably read the whole setup wrong that day. Maybe my levels weren't right and I just lost. But today and last week, I kept trying it again and again and again, and my losses are keep stacking up. When I win a trade, I just walk away. But when I lose trades, I take multiple trades. But then that means my losses are bigger than my wins. Technically speaking, my winners are usually bigger than my losers. But if I'm taking multiple trades when I lose trades, then it's gonna add up and I'm not gonna be making more than I lose. That is my week. I am down $81 and we do have one more trading day tomorrow, but we'll see. If I do, I'll update you guys. I'm probably gonna lose this month. Unlikely for me to get back to green unless there's a lot of setups next week. I don't wanna try chasing my trades and just try to win back my losses because it can be a spiral downside and maybe I keep losing more trades like today. I probably tried taking more trades because I was down last week. It's probably a psychological thing. It's in my subconscious mind that I lost last week and maybe I'm trying to make it back. Even though I'm not saying it, maybe it's still affecting my mindset and I'm taking more trades. I could have just gotten a nice W today and just walked away, but that's not what happened. Did not sell, and that's why I'm sitting here today with $81 in drawdown. Boba, man. If you guys haven't tried boba yet, you're missing out. The alley. Anyways, we're back, guys, and we did take a trade. It is Sunday today, and I am reviewing my trades, and we did take a win. We did take a W right here. I was pretty annoyed with that day. I lost $80. I'm gonna take out the filter right now, change it to dollar amount, and I did lose $81, and I did not win anything. I took 4 trades, and I did win $41 on Friday. I am gonna change it to May 19th to May 23rd, and I am still down $40, just under $40. And my trade win percentage is 20%. My profit factor is 0.51. Day one percentage is 50. My average win to loss is 2.05. The average win to loss is still good just because this one trade almost made back my losses. If I took 2 trades, then that is probably a 2.0 factor. Breaking down this trade right now, it was 41% and $41. It was a break and retest long on the SPY, and crazy enough, this is actually my first break and retest long. I haven't longed the market probably for about 2 to 3 months already, so it is kind of scary. It was scary, and I won. So when I actually won, I was very happy about the trade. I'm gonna show you guys the trade live now, and then I'll break down the trade. Here's the 30-minute on the SPY now, and I'm showing you guys the SPY because it is the most clear that I've seen. Also with the NASDAQ, but the ES and the QQQ was a little messy. It was a little choppy, so I couldn't really read the market. To show you guys the market structure, this was the Thursday that we had. It was pretty choppy. This is where I lost all my trades yesterday, or on Thursday. And then on Friday, we just gapped down. When there is a gap down like that, it is usually hard for the market to actually go down. It's because a lot of people are trying to short it, but normally what happens when this type of action happens, it just grinds up slowly like that, and people just lose money. If you guys remember the market structure probably 2 weeks ago, where the market just gapped up like this, it went straight up and we never really got a retest. 2 weeks later, and we finally got a retest of one of these demand zones, and it got bought back up. Going to the 2-minute time frame now on the SPY, I had a level 576, and what happened was in the pre-market, it was rejecting this level right here. When the market opened, it broke up and it gave me a retest. Once I saw that, I decided to put my stop loss right here, and that was the long that I took. Once it got up right here, that's when I sold out, and I sold out because it was getting close to a NASDAQ rejection, and that's why I got out. Looking at the 4 markets right now, this is where I entered, this green candle right here, or a green arrow, and this is where I got out. I got it right here. It's because that was the exact spot where the NASDAQ was, or the supply was right there. Over here, it was kind of choppy. It was like in the middle of the zone of the markets. Right here is a QQQ. This here is the ES. And it was kind of choppy. I could have drawn a line right here and then it'll kind of align like how the other markets did, but that wasn't my level. So I just played off the SPY because I knew this 576 right here was a big zone. And right here, this is my risk reward right here. So that will probably be a 4-to-1 risk reward. That was my trading week. I am down still $39, which sucks, but I'm so happy that I did take this win right here, and it was only one trade, and I was able to recoup some of my losses from the Thursday that it took. And I just gotta focus on my risk management and not taking too many trades, and I should be good if I take A+ setups and just focus on entries and exits. And what I like to say, how you do one thing is how you do everything. Keep staying disciplined, keep staying consistent, and let's just get 1% better every day, and I'll see you in the next one.